What's up guys, I'm just going to show you 3 ways you can connect your calendar to your voice agent. So the first one is going to be cal.com. It's meant to be one of the easier ways to connect it, but to be honest I don't really trust it, and it's not really something that I use, but I'll just show you how to set it up anyways. The second one will be the Google Calendar API, and the third one is going to be connecting it to GoHighLevel. So in your prompt, make sure you have something that states the time. For me, I'm running this function called Get New Zealand Time before I set any booking function. But another way you can do it is just do convert current time to Pacific / Auckland. And yes, and make sure that you specified your functions in the prompt and that you've specified it in the script. So you usually want to put it after you ask the user when they want to, book an appointment. So for me, it's what day and time suit you best, and then it calls check calendar availability, and then after the user confirms, it books the appointment. These functions, they get New Zealand time, so all it is just a webhook to an N8N workflow. Here it is. So it's a webhook, so the webhook is a post, and using respond to webhook node, and then it gets the date and time. So the operation is get current date and include current time. And if you want to put the time zone in here, you can, but the easiest way for me, it's the same thing, is just to put the time zone in the actual workflow, in the workflow for the settings, and then it just returns the time back to the agent. So to connect your check calendar availability and your book appointment, you just need to add and click on check calendar availability. So go to cal.com. Once you're in cal.com, you should see a screen like this. Create an event, or just use one of these. I'm just going to use this one right here, 15-minute meeting. Once you've done all the settings, the availability, the limits, the advanced section, so once it's done, save it, and then get your event ID up on this in the URL. So it's just after the slash and before the question mark. So copy that and then paste it in your event ID, and then go to your settings. So once you're in your settings, come to API keys underneath developer and just add a API key. I'm just going to call this a demo. I'm just going to save that. I'm going to copy the API key and I'm just going to paste it in here, and then make sure you put your time zone in. I'm going to go and put it in again, and I'm just going to save that. And then for the book appointment, it's just the same thing. So put your API key in and get your event ID again, and then save it. Now we'll do the Google Calendar function. So like I said before, make sure that it's in your prompt and when to run. So it's just the same as before, and I've still got that same getting the time. So for checking availability, so I've just got it setting the start date, and then these include free slots as if the requested time isn't available. And so create a schema like this. Just get ChatGPT or Claude to create a schema for you like this. Use the example here, and then come to N8N, create a webhook. The method is going to be a post, and you're going to use responding to webhook node. Get your production URL, and just put it in here, and format the JSON, and then save it. And then for the book appointment, all I've got it setting is just the start date. That's all we need, and it's the same workflow, so just use the same webhook from here, and just paste it in there. As for the workflow, once you got your webhook, add in your router, get your name here. So you got to put the JSON name here, and you need to put the string as equal to check availability, and then add another routing rule, and then put the same name in there but as equal to book application, so that just filters it. Let's do this route first. So I'll add a date node, click add to a date. From here you want to use this start date right here, a date to add to, and then because the duration of the event is going to be 30 minutes, I'm adding 30 and then minutes, and then output field name is just going to be end date. So send this through to the agent, and then the prompt is just the requested time as the start date to the end date that I just created here. And the system message is just simple. You are a appointment management agent that checks the availability of the requested time and books appointments. The time is currently now. The duration of the appointment is 30 minutes. Task, use check availability to check if requested slot is available. If the requested slot isn't available, use free slots to provide relevant slot suggestions that are available. And the chat model I'm using is just Claude 3.7 through OpenRouter. And then check availability is just a tool. You go calendar, and then you go resources calendar, and you click on availability. I have to run it through the agent so that it can come through in the notes. Once it's come through in the notes, use your start time from the router and just put it in here as start time, and then the time that you just created when you added 30 minutes to the start date, use that as the end date. For the free slots, the resource is going to be event and the operation is going to be get many. Usually good to put now, because after doesn't mean it's like it's backwards to after and before. Now means you're like checking for times after now, and then before is like before like the cutoff date of the free slots that you're searching for. So just put something like this now plus 1 week or 2 weeks, or however long you want to put in there. Yeah, so that's good. And make sure that whatever you're specifying the functions as in the prompt, that you have that name for the node as well. So up here, if you have it as availability in the prompt of the workflow, make sure that you have it as availability in here as well. And then for the booking, so like before, so we've already added our condition here. The name is equal to book app. So now it goes down this other route, and I'm just using the same Claude 3.7 through OpenRouter. And the prompt I've got here is just the start time for the booking. Simple. The system message is simple as well. So you are an appointment management agent that books appointments. The time is currently now. Use book appointment to book the appointment. Duration will be 30 minutes. Come up with a title. You don't really need to add that in. I think because I got it in the prompt, I'll add it in just to show you what it might look like. Yeah, and so for the summary, so the summary is the title of the event. So like I said before, I'll just add it in to show you. So it's alright if it's red at the moment, just because the system hasn't recognized it yet. We'll send this through now. So it looks like this is the one it just booked. So it said scheduled appointment. We go book appointment. Summary, yeah, the summary was scheduled appointment. So that's what the AI put it as. So we'll just test it on here. The problem in here is the start date is sending, so I'm just going to add in the time zone plus 12 and save that. I'm just going to retry it now. Yep, so it worked. So if we check the executions, so this is the time that we sent through, 10 a.m. for tomorrow, and then it added 30 minutes, and then it checked for that time slot. It was available. I don't know why it's not showing up here, but yeah, the time slot was available, and so it didn't use free slots, and then it returned to the webhook. And then the next execution went through book appointment for 10 a.m. And you can see here it got booked, went through book appointment, used the start date, and then I just got it configured to have the AI create the end of the event time, to also have the AI create the summary. So the summary was regular appointment, so that's the title. And then it just returned to the webhook. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the GoHighLevel calendar integration. So I've got the same schemas for both check availability and booking appointment. But the only difference is for book appointment, you have to send through the start date and the contact ID. And the check availability is just the same from the Google Calendar schema. So this is the workflow for GoHighLevel. So it's still got the same switch from before, but what we're actually doing is the start date is we need to convert it to Unix. At 1 p.m. Yep, so this one's come through. Yep, so once again, goes through the filter. To use the same filter, so the name, put it in both, and put your function names as the value, comes through here. And it takes the start date. You can put it from your router or your webhook, but you take your start date here, you put it in here, you format it into Unix milliseconds timestamp, and then you can put whatever field name you want it to output as, but I just put as start date. And then the next node will be date and time. So this will be adding the duration of the appointment to the time. So the start date, add 1800 seconds. So that's, you probably don't have to do this. You can just do minutes. You can just do add 30 minutes. But I just added 1800 seconds, and then I output the field name as end date 861, because this is the 8061 time format. Remember, I requested for 1 o'clock, and then the end date for here is 1:30. But because we need it in Unix, so I'm gonna convert that end date to Unix as well. So add another format date node, and then convert it to Unix, and then end date. Put the field name as end date Unix. For the AI agent, I've got a simple prompt again. So I just got start date and end date. So this is the start date here, for the Unix timestamp, and then the end date in Unix as well. For the system message, I've just got role your appointment management agent that checks the availability of the requested time and books appointments. The time is currently now. Use check availability to check if the requested slot is available. If slots aren't available, provide relevant slot suggestions that are available. Yeah, so once again, I think I've just got Claude through here as well. And then check availability. So to get your GoHighLevel information like this, so this will be your calendar ID. So go to your GoHighLevel. So you go to your GoHighLevel, come to your settings and go to calendar, and then this is my calendar ID right here. And I just put it in here in the get URL. So the method's going to be a get, and then for your parameters, so you're going to have 2 parameters. So it's going to be start date and end date. Put the name as start date, and then put your Unix start date timestamp here. So from mapping, put your start date in here, and then put your end date and end date here. For your headers, you're going to want to click on send headers, put using fields below, and then you're going to have 3 headers that you're sending. So the first one is going to be the name is going to be accept, and the value is going to be application/JSON. The second one is going to be your authorization. So it's going to be authorization, and then the value is going to be bearer space your private integration token. So to create that, come back to your GoHighLevel and just go to private integrations in your settings. Create a new integration and just put in whatever. Next, and then scopes. Add what you need, or just add all of them, and then create it and copy it, put it in after your bearer. And the last header you're sending over is just going to be version, and then the value is going to be 2021-04-15. That is at the time of this video. And then I just got a output parser, so require specific output format, and I've just got it sending if the slot was available. So the requested time slot from Wednesday, May the 7th is available and can be booked, and then other time slots. And so yeah, return that to the webhook because it was available. So now we're gonna confirm that was the letter address. So I've just got contact ID up here, so I've just got it as a variable in here just for the sake of the function. And then when it's booking the app, it's sending through that start date that we confirmed and the contact ID. When we come to the webhook, because the function is book app now, it's going to go through book app. And then the agent, I've just got a simple prompt again. So the start date is the start date. So for the booking appointment in GoHighLevel, it doesn't have to be in Unix. It's weird, but that's just the way it is. I just got it sending through in ISO 8061 format. So that's just the prompt. And then the role is just your appointment management agent. It should just be that books appointments. That books appointments. The time is currently now. Use book app to book the appointment. The duration of the appointment is 30 minutes. Open router, I've still got Claude on here. And book appointment. This will be the URL. The headers we're going to send. First one is going to be accept, and then the value is going to be application/JSON. The second one is going to be authorization, and the value is going to be bearer space, and then your private integration token. And the third one is going to be version, and the value is going to be 2021-04-15. And then when you send body, it's going to be content type is going to be JSON using fields below. And so this is all you have to send. So just send your calendar ID, which we got before, and then your location ID. So to get your location ID, you need to come back to your GoHighLevel, go to your business profile, and then your location ID will just be up here. Like I said, I had this hard coded, but in your workflow you just want to have it as contact IDs, and then the start time is just the start time from the webhook, and then the end time is from AI. That's why we put that the duration is 30 minutes so that the AI can add 30 minutes to that time, and then it just returns the response to the webhook. So if we come to our GoHighLevel calendar, it'll be there at 1 o'clock. I'll be putting out another video on how to send calls and stuff out of GoHighLevel. You might have to watch that to see how to send your contact ID through. If you guys need a GoHighLevel account as well, I'm doing a deal, so I'm just going to do $100 for a lifetime account on my white label GoHighLevel. So if you want that, then yeah, there might be a form below, or just connect with me on LinkedIn. If you like the video, then like the video, leave a comment. The video was good or trash or something else you might want to see. Yeah, I'll probably have all the templates below anyways. If you want to have the template workflows and stuff, connect with me on LinkedIn, and yeah, subscribe.